This is Machuka Nyarieko TV Talk Show, where we analyze politics and governance issues. We focus on national, local, and international news. We examine the political way of our people, social and economic. Nyarieko TV Talk Show, the house of ideas.
Hello viewers, I hope you are fine. With me here, I'm fine. And welcome to our normal discussions. And today, I'll focus on the NADCO report, and to be more specific, on the IEPC. And the question that arises from the report, IEPC report that was signed today is the Ruto Kalonzo Raila report going to address the issues of electoral malpractices? My name is Machuka Nyarieko. If you are watching this channel for the first time, kindly subscribe so that you will enjoy receiving specific ideas, and ideas here can even be used in policy making. And for our normal or our resident subscribers, thank you, and continue watching, sharing, commenting, liking, and thank you for being our peers. Today is a wonderful day because shortly before midday, the president gave in and signed the part of the NADCO report to have the IEPC put in place. One of the reasons as to why the IEPC was being reconstituted is because of electoral malpractices, and that's why my question was, do you think that now with the construction of IEPC, everything is going to be okay, that electoral malpractices will not take place? Because electoral malpractices normally are not a one-day event. They don't just take place during the election day. It is a process. Right from the advertisement of the recruitment of those jobs. During such an advertisement, you will find aspirants wanting, more especially the members of parliament, those who want to be members of parliament, wanting to have their favorites to be at specific polling stations, recruiting members, so that when they recruit, they will even pass on information about him. Worst of it, these electoral bureaucrats are sometimes even enticed to move away the names of voters from whom they feel there is competition. They remove your relatives, they remove your friends, close friends, even your personal assistants. And in this process, you can even verify your name during the verification period and find that your name is on the register, and then thereafter you will find that later on there is those names that have uh, been removed during the election day. So you wonder, when or at what point were my name or our names scrapped from the register? So it becomes a dilemma. Is it during the registration? But you will find that it is not during the registration, because during the verification period you will find your name, or you will find your name is in the register. But when you go to vote, you find that your name has already been scrubbed and maybe transferred to some distance that you may not even want to vote. So my simple question is, in what way is the NADCO report addressing such injustice? Second, after registration of uh, electorates, you'll also find that there is that time frame whereby people should be given civic education to ensure that they have that specific information, I mean the capacity to choose the leaders who can make a difference in the society. That is during public participation, whereby capacity building should be built. As this issue being addressed, as it been addressed. In addition to that, of course, IEPC employs a few people who are in their offices even today. But towards to such a big function, you will find that more people, or 1,000 and 1,000 of people, are being employed. Some of these people, not some, these people come from different political parties. And when they come from different political parties, they influence the outcome of an election in a given polling station, more especially when they have been asked to sign for someone. Actually, some of them are arrogant. I remember in a case whereby someone whom we were supporting some times back, and a clerk of IEPC sharing a same WhatsApp group got the likes, became an administrator, and then he removed the person whom we were supporting, and they put a photo, he removed the photo of the person we were supporting, including the candidate, and then posted a photo of another person. And such a person was one of the cracks. How is IPC? Of course he was, when he was reported, he was dismissed. How is IPC, with those few days that it is given, going to ensure that people who are going to be in charge, those cracks, are of integrity? Because those who should be biased are those agents, because they are protecting votes of those who have employed them. But these others who are cracks, they are paid by taxpayers' money, and therefore their theirs is to perform duties as it is expected. They are supposed to ensure that each person gets his rightful share. How will this NADCO report address this issue? During the campaigning period, because IPC, as we have or I have indicated earlier on, has got very few employees, maybe one or two people in their office. And like now there is that provision in the law that provides that we in 6 months to an election, aspirants should not be seen, is it 6 or 9 months? 6 months, dishing money, the churches and other places, because this amounts to investment corruption. That is, you are investing not because you want to assist maybe the church, you are investing so that you influence the outcome of an election. How is this being addressed? On the same token, we have that competition for money, whereby you will find an entire county has been lined up to be given 20 shillings, 50 shillings, 500 shillings in order to vote. Also, corruption by the name investment corruption, people investing in corruption. And in such, you find that after such a person has taken over leadership, the week after that, he does not pick calls. You cannot tell him anything. He is above all, does not listen to anyone. And the reason being, he purchased the votes from you, which loses the meaning of democracy. And actually, that's why today you will find most people fighting, that's the young, are fighting that their representatives have ignored them. If you go to the Western, the same is happening. The Tawe movement argues that their leaders are not listening to them. They are not even picking their calls. The main reason for this is because they sold their right. And sometimes this informs why they don't want to listen to the electorates, because they believe that actually no one asks them for money. It is them who decides to come with the money, because they know they have got some issues. They want to cover those issues by bribing you people. So how is the NADCO report addressing the issue of rigging? How is it addressing it? Severally, when we have these IEBC officials, as they move around during the public participation exercise, they will find the people lined up in trees, in villages, being given money so that they can vote in a given way. How is IPC, or how is the report addressing this? Because this is the beginning in which this is the point, that is the point in which votes are stolen. Of course, during the election day, you find people lined up along or near the polling stations, giving some token to influence the outcome of an election. How is the NADCO report addressing this? Because even if you put your brother to be the chairman of IEBC, your sister or your brother, and down there where voting takes place, that's on the ground or ground, there is that entertained bribery, your brother will just look at you, because him or he as a chairman, he has to get the results from the ground. What efforts are being put forward to even ensure that those cracks who will do registration will not perform those acts of denying people their rights of voting by transferring their names to funny polling stations? I call them funny because they don't belong there. Thank you so much. My names are Machuka Nyarieko. Continue subscribing.